What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to take a look at the most valuable, most expensive, most sought after, phrase it how you will, cards from Premium Booster 02. But it's a little bit annoying because I don't like putting the Gold Don in the same list. Because Gold Don come around so rarely that letting them in the same list just seems like a little bit silly. So what we're going to do is I'm going to quickly count down the top 5 Gold Don, and then we're going to count down the top 10 most expensive cards in the set, not including Gold Don. Sound like a plan? I can't hear you, I'm halfway through making a video. So let's start off at number 5 with a Robin Don, which is about $135 right now. There is a little bit of a gap between 5 and 6, so this seems like an appropriate place to cut it off. It's Robin. The Robin deck right now, not particularly good, but we got a popular straw hat, so you know what? Yeah, I kind of get it. In at number 4, we got the gold Usopp Don at about $140. This is one of my least favorite Don in the set. Does anyone really like God Usopp that much? I don't know. Like, I like the Japanese writing all over there. That's kind of nice. But, I mean, is a bit of hiragana going to really make that much of a difference? Maybe. I don't know. Either way, it's in. And it's not like Usopp's seeing that much play right now. Either way, it's in at number 4. In at number 3, we've got Yamato. And let's face it, this one's with the 195. Big jump here. Everyone loves Yamato. Very popular character. And this one, I mean, we got hiragana and we got kanji there. So, you know, that's quite cool. But yeah, beautiful Don. People like Yamato. It's a deck that does come around, especially in Oceania. So at least we've got that. In at number 2, Shanks. This is what we expected to be number 1. Having a look at what was happening in Japan, this is at about $200. Shanks is a very playable card, very popular character, cool looking Dom. We get it. But at number 1, $205, it's Nami. Yeah, you could have guessed this. Nami is actually seeing a little bit of play. It is getting out there a tiny bit. We're seeing it pop up here and there, but mostly it's just Nami. And the design of the Don with, you know, the Nami colors on the writing is cool. And then having Zeus there is kind of awesome. And having berries as the dots and the exclamation marks because, you know, Nami, it's a beautifully designed Don. But mostly here it's just because people love Nami. So there's your top 5 most valuable Gold Don. There's your little bit of an extra. What have we got in terms of the most valuable cards? Well, this set is surprising us with its value. Because just missing out at about $80, we've got the Cross Guild manga event and the Come On We'll Fight You manga event. These do not make the list. They are actually numbers 11 and 12. But also, they're very close. They're still $80. They are manga events, which I've been on the record as saying I think manga events are like the coolest cards they've come up with, really, since OP01. I love that they're doing this. I think they're absolutely stunning. So, yeah, I kind of love that they're in here. I mean, I don't love that they're at $80. Wish they were a little bit cheaper. But the idea that Bandai have actually gone and done this and brought in these manga events, I think is rather spiffing. There we go. Yes, the other 2 are on the list. They're just a bit higher up. Real number 10, we've got the Trafalgar Law, the one that is a reprint from OP10. It's coming in here at somewhere in the region of $90. And, I mean, look, we got an alternate art secret rare, which helps. But also, on play, you get to put a supernova character from your hand to the top of your life and then give a rested Don to your leader. It's Law, who everybody loves. It's a very playable card. It's an alternate art secret rare. You add all of that up and you've got yourself a pretty valuable card now, haven't you? Yes. Yes, you do. In at number 9, we've got ourselves Shanks. The one from OP06, which isn't a secret rare, it's a super rare. But everyone loves Shanks, as we just said a second ago. And on play, you get to KO a 10k or less. Big, powerful character. Sees a bunch of play. It's Shanks. Yeah. Add that all up, and sure, it's not a particularly cheap card. Right now, you're looking at about $92. 8, 9, and 10, I should say, are all very close together right now. But you know what? Cool card. Everybody loves it. In at number 8 is a very interesting one. It's the Marco. It's the only mechanically unique new card from Premium Booster 02 that makes a top 10. Although, if you saw my list the other day when I told you what the best cards are going to be in the set, I did tell you guys that this was going to be the biggest card from Premium Booster 02, at least in terms of new cards, because it is in Japan by a bit of a margin. But what we've got here is a very playable new card. It's a blocker that on KO draws 2. And it's Whitebeard Pirates, which a lot of people really like. And it's a good deck right now, and going to be a good deck when we get OP13. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. This one, I call it like $94. Like I say, 8, 9, and 10 are very close. In at number 7, we've got the alternate art of Carrot, about $100. And this makes me a little bit happy and a little bit sad. Sad because I want to buy this Carrot, and it's like $100. And happy because Carrot doesn't always get all of the love. And it is quite nice to see Carrot getting some of the love. And to be fair, this is an alternate art of the one from OP08 that everybody knows is a crazy playable card. It's on play and when attacking, i.e. you get to use it literally every turn. Up to one of your opponent's rested characters, the cost of 7 or less, doesn't become active during your opponent's next refresh phase. So the theory here is you play it, keep a character rested, next turn attack, keep them rested, next turn attack, keep them rested, so on and so forth. Great card, sees a bunch of play, one of the coolest cards that got a reprint in this set. So yeah, makes sense. In at number 6 at about $115, we've got the Rebecca, which is not such a big deal over in Japan in this print of it, but it is over here. It's a one from OP05, which I think we can all say with a fair degree of certainty, one of the best One Piece cards ever printed. It's a 4-cost blocker, and on play, you put a black character of a cost of 3 to 7 other than Rebecca back to your hand from your trash, and then play a 3-cost or less black character rested. So it's essentially like a 1-cost blocker that recovers a card. Absurd. And just the artwork here with all the stitching and fixing and everything going on, just, oh, it's a beautiful card. This is one of the absolute highlights from the set as far as I'm concerned. In at number 5 at about $125, we've got the alternate art Luffy, one of the newer cards here. It's the alternate art Luffy from EB02. And the thing about this one is, it's the really ridiculously playable one from EB02, and now it's got a new alternate art. If your leader is multicolour and your opponent's got 5 or more Don, you gain Rush. And when attacking once per turn, you can return 2 of your active Don cards to your Don deck to set this character to active, and then add a card from the top of your life to your hand. Yeah, you get to attack twice, which is absurd, incidentally. Great card. Oh, and you get to attack twice with a character that's got Rush. Really ridiculously playable card. And it's a card that came around in EB02, so it's kind of been a pain to get hold of, because EB02 sold out kind of quickly and the price went up. Having a reprint here is awesome. Having a new art reprint is even better. In at number 4, we've got the alternate art of Charlotte Pudding at about $180. And partly, there is an element here of, this is Charlotte Pudding, everybody loves Charlotte Pudding. And secondly, this is another one of those cards which the amount of play it sees is absurd. Forces your opponent to shuffle a hand into their deck and draw 5. Love the artwork, people love Charlotte Pudding, but how many times have you seen this popping up in blue decks since OP06 came around? Making your opponent get a new hand and ruining their plans? Yeah. Not many cards in One Piece do that. Charlotte Pudding does. In at number 3, we're back to the manga events. $190. My era begins. Yeah, there's been a big jump from there to here. Why? I assume it's because Blackbeard's a really good deck and this is a full-on staple. It's just a generic searcher in Blackbeard. You get to search out a Blackbeard Pirate from the top 3 cards of your deck. Or maybe people just love Blackbeard. Or maybe Blackbeard's just super relevant right now. I don't know. It's not my favourite. I actually prefer the two that didn't make the list to this one. But make no mistake about it, $190, this is great. People want this card. But surprisingly at number 2, it's the Manga event Gum Gum Giant. Now, the fact this is the number 2 card in the set, not that surprising. We could have predicted this. The fact that it's $350, that is very surprising to me. This is way higher than I expected. That is not quite double, but like 75% more than the Gold Nami Don, which is the most expensive Gold Don. And this is 75% more than that. This is an absurdly playable card. However, firstly, it's Luffy, and secondly, this card is dumb good. 1 cost counter, Don -2, trash a card from your hand. If your leader is Straw Hat, then you get a 4K bump and draw 2 cards. It's ridiculous. It is one of the very best cards in the game, and look how amazing it looks. Plus, of course, it is the Luffy versus Kaido fight, which in One Piece is pretty iconic, I think we can all agree. And you add that all up together and you go, okay, $350 for a manga event seems very high, and it is, but you kind of get it. And then obviously number 1 is a Manga Sanji at about $925. The only thing surprising about this is $925? That's a lot for a manga rare nowadays. What this is basically showing us is the price of the Sanji. This set is getting a bit silly. This set is becoming a big deal. Because the manga rare often kind of follows a set as a whole. This Manga Sanji isn't that good. I mean, don't get me wrong, the card is amazing. It's one that just lets you play an extra card. On play, look at the top card of your deck, and if it's a character with a cost of none or less other than Sanji, play it. It's brilliant. Sees a bunch of play, everybody loves it. But the playability isn't that relevant for a manga rare. Sanji, according to Japan, should not be one of the biggest manga rares. It should be a standard manga rare. This, at the moment, is not a standard manga rare. It is a particularly expensive manga rare. And it's because the set as a whole is getting silly. When people know that there are 4 manga events, one of which is like half the price of the manga rare, and you've got Gold Don that you can buy, and then there's God packs of the Gold Don, and you add this all up together, this is just a really big set, and this is being reflected in the price of things like the manga rare. So your big takeaways here are people like Gold Don. By the way, take the Gold Don with a pinch of salt. The sales are all over the place. There aren't that many been sold yet. I gave you a top 5 as a nice little taste, but be clear, they are far from set. I cannot be more clear about that. And then the cards as a whole from the set are pretty big. Very big, in fact, for a set. And there are big hits to be had here. And honestly, making this video is just making me think, should I go buy another box of Premium Booster 02? Because even the reprints in there are pretty gosh darn good. I'm going to go and figure that out. You guys, tell me what you think about this set. What have you bought? What have you pulled? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.